Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Bittersweet history. Alex Eala opener falls short, bows out of first ever French Open. Manila, Philippines. A year ago, Alex Eala fell to Colombian Emiliano Arango in 3 tight sets in the last round of the WTA 1000 Miami Open qualifiers. Arango, then ranked 123 in the world, came back from a set down to defeat the then world no. 171 Eala, 6-2, 5-7, 1-6. Eala attempted to do the same this time around by staging her own rally from a set down. She fell short. World no. 88 Arango showed the exit door to the world no. 69 Eala, 6-0, 2-6, 6-3 in the women's singles opening round of the 2025 French Open on Sunday, May 25, at the Roland Garros Stadium in Paris, France. Eala already made history as the first Filipino, male or female, to ever play in the singles main draw a Grand Slam event in the Open era. But the chance to add to that record by advancing deeper in a Grand Slam will have to wait until Wimbledon this June. Arango's fine form was evident in the opening set, which was over in just 30 minutes. The 24-year-old set the tone early by showing no respect for Eala's serve, holding 3 break points before pocketing the very first game to go up, 1-0. The rest of the set was simply a display of sheer dominance by Arango, who broke Eala 2 more times while holding serve thrice, with all the 5 games not even going to deuce as the Colombian blanked the Filipina, 6-0. Eala came roaring back in the second set, gaining her first service break in the 4th game to go up 3-1. Although Arango showed signs of resistance by inching closer at 3-2, Eala broke her Colombian foe 2 more times to close out the set in the 8th game, 6-2. Just when Eala appeared to have seized not just the momentum, but also control of the match, Arango proved she still had plenty of fight left in her, immediately opening a 2-0 lead and forcing Eala to try to play catch-up the rest of the way. Arango did not give Eala the opportunity to even tie the count. Down 3-5 with still a slim chance to narrow the deficit. Eala had no answers to her aggressive foe, who did not allow the Filipina any comeback hopes. Arango broke serve one last time in the 9th game to end the match after an hour and 50 minutes. She will now advance to the second round against world no. 8 and Paris Olympics women's singles gold medalist Qinwen Zheng of China. Eala will still be in the French Open, however, when she competes in the first round of the women's doubles on Wednesday, May 28, with partner Renata Zarazua, a quarter-finalist in the doubles competition of this year's Australian Open. The two, however, will be coming in as the clear underdogs when they face Marta Kostyuk of Ukraine and Elena Gabriela Rus of Romania. As a tandem, Kostyuk and Rus reached the semifinals of the 2023 Australian Open and the 2024 French Open. Bittersweet history. Alex Eala's opener falls short, bows out of first ever French Open. The Parisian clay glistened in the late afternoon sun, its reddish hue glowing like fire beneath the cool spring sky. The stands were half full, but the energy was palpable. Cameras clicked. Voices murmured in different tongues. Among the crowd, a small Philippine flag fluttered in the wind, gripped tightly by a woman who might have flown halfway around the world just for this day. The first ever French Open main draw match for Alex Eala was about to begin. History was already made when her name was written into the brackets. The first Filipina to qualify for Roland Garros in the Open era. Just 19, but already a symbol of ambition and possibility for a country whose heart swells for its athletes. Alex stepped onto court, 7-legged a soldier to a battlefield, not with arrogance, but with the stoicism born of years in the juniors, of long nights on foreign courts, and the lonely grind of pro tours. Her opponent, a seasoned clay court specialist from Spain, had little to prove. She had been here before. This was another match to win. But for Alex, this was the dream. One wrapped in nerves, sweat, and the pressure of expectation. From the first point, the rhythm was intense. Alex's left-handed forehand cracked like a whip. She moved with purpose, shoulders squared, eyes narrowed in focus. And yet, as often happens on clay, it was a war of attrition. Long rallies dragged like saunas. Every drop shot was met with a sliding retrieval. Every unforced error was a quiet dagger. The first set slipped away, 6-3, despite flashes of brilliance. Her serve betrayed her in moments, and her footwork, so elegant on hard courts, was still adjusting to the fickle Parisian dirt. But the second set, that was art, that was fire. The teenager found her groove, pushing the veteran wide, stepping in on second serves, drawing gasps from the audience with the audacity of her angles. 5-4, she led. The crowd, sensing a turning tide, leaned in. And then, heartbreak. 2 double faults. A missed backhand by inches. The set evaporated as quickly as it had taken shape. She lost. 6-3, 7-5. The scoreboard told a simple story, but those who watched, truly watched, knew it wasn't a defeat to be mourned. It was the beginning of a narrative far richer. After the match, Alex sat in the locker room, towel draped over her shoulders, sweat still fresh on her brow. She stared at the floor, not quite in tears, not quite angry, just still. She remembered playing on public courts in Manila, under the blistering heat, the cracked pavement, the kids who stopped to watch. She remembered her mother taping her racket handles, her father throwing balls underhand just to keep her rhythm. The training in Spain, the sleepless flights, the junior Grand Slam win, all of it had led to this. And it had ended in the first round. "Is this all I get?" she whispered aloud. "Just a taste." A hand rested gently on her shoulder. It was her coach. No speech, no strategy notes. Just a squeeze. Reassurance that this wasn't the end, not even close. Later, in the press room, the questions came like a wave. "Were you nervous?" "Yes." "Do you feel like you could have done more?" "Always." "What did it mean to play here, representing the Philippines?" At that, she paused. Her jaw tightened. Her fingers curled. "It means everything," she said, voice cracking slightly. "I didn't win, but I was here, and I'll be back." A Filipino journalist, seated in the back, lowered his camera. He had covered Pacquiao fights, Olympic weightlifting, even a Miss Universe or two. But something about this teenager, a racket in hand, fire in her belly, felt different. New, transformative. He wrote that night. She didn't just play tennis. She played history. Social media in the Philippines exploded. "Proud of you, Alex," trended nationwide. From teachers in Baguio to tricycle drivers in Davao, the country buzzed with a sense of collective pride. Loss be damned. She had made it to the world's red clay stage. And in homes where young girls held their rackets with quiet dreams, a new role model had emerged. Not perfect, not victorious, but bold, fearless, real. That night, Alex walked alone in the corridors beneath Court Philip Chetrier. A maintenance worker nodded at her. "Next year, maybe here," he said in broken English, gesturing to the grand stadium. She smiled. "Maybe sooner." Outside, the Eiffel Tower sparkled. Paris had seen the rise and fall of champions, the drama of legends, the agony of final points. But tonight, it quietly bore witness to something subtler, the making of one. Bittersweet,